This video is sponsored by Recharge. Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, we are doing the Motorway Range Test in the Mercedes EQS 450 Plus. So today, we're gonna find out just how far this car can go on a fully charged battery on the motorway at motorway speeds. And guys, this is the cheapest version, the entry-level version of the Mercedes EQS. But not only that, it's also the version of the EQS with the most range. According to WLTP, 761 kilometers, which is, as far as I know, the car with the most range on sale in Europe. So yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. Will this car set a new record today? Well, in most conditions it may, but today, since we are, well, at the end of December and we have poor weather outside, it's not only raining, we've had a lot of snowfall for the past few weeks that is now melting, so there's a lot of rain in the road, so that may, well, raise the consumption quite a bit, but we'll have to find out today. So without further ado, let's get on the road and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. We've been on the road for a little more than 20 minutes, and as you guys can see, conditions aren't great. I mean, less than ideal. We have rain, but also, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a lot of slush and water in the road, and every time, you know, I want to change lanes or stuff like that, yeah, I'm pushing through a lot of slush, which you can feel on the car, and you can also see it on the consumption. Check this out, guys, 29 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Yeah, that is not great. And also, there's a surprising amount of traffic out on the road today, and because of the conditions, people are not going very fast, which is, well, absolutely understandable. You should take it easy in conditions like this, but I'm gonna try to go, you know, my normal speed, which is 120 kilometers an hour, but that may not be possible. We may have a little bit lower average speed at the end of the run, but okay, it is what it is. And you know, less than ideal conditions, I want to test this car because as far as I can see now, 28.6, it's a little bit lower. So once we got a little bit further out of Oslo, it's not too bad. But you can see here also, look at all of that slush and also the snow on the sides of the road. So I don't think we're gonna set a new record today, but well, things may change on our way back. But according to the wind map, we should have a tailwind of about 2 meters per second. So this direction northward should be the most efficient, but yeah. But okay, if we're not gonna set a new record today, guys, for people who are interested, I'm probably gonna try to get my hold on of this car later on. This is actually the third time I had booked this car. So the first time was like sometime in November, and this car was in some kind of accident or some kind of fault with it. So Mercedes had to postpone it to order some parts, and then I had it again in the beginning of December, but I got sick, I got the flu. I was like completely knocked out for 3 weeks, and then finally, third time's the charm, and I have the car now. But yeah, we have this less than ideal weather. So we're going to continue on now. We started at the Esso station by Gardermoen, by the airport, at the new Recharge chargers there. They have 8 new 120 kilowatt CCS chargers, which is just amazing. We're going to go north to Moelv and then back again. The total route is about 216 kilometers. So hopefully we'll get past a little bit of traffic here, and also once we turn around, there's a lot of traffic today. It is a Thursday, but we are, you know, in a few days before New Year's, so I thought a lot of people were, you know, on holiday, but okay. It is what it is. But okay, guys, we're going to continue on now, and I'll speak to you guys in a little bit. Okay, we are now at our turnaround point, and as you guys can see, there's so much snow here now on the exit. It's actually been snowing for the past, I don't know, 10 minutes. Once we got to Brumunddal by the Mjøs Tower, it started to snow. So we're gonna have to take it easy here because it could be slippery. but it's not too bad. I mean, it's not too cold. It's minus 1.5 degrees Celsius. So let's take a look at the consumption. 27.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and we are now halfway. Actually, guys, that is not too bad. When I started, the trip, the first 10 minutes, the consumption was like, I don't know, 32 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So it being, having gone down to 27, yeah, that is much, much better. So we're gonna go back on the motorway now. We're gonna continue our trip southbound, and hopefully we don't have too much traffic on our way down, though it looked like it, going northward, but yeah, we'll have to see. We're 27 kilometers away from our destination, our endpoint, but we hit some traffic here, and I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of bad. So looking at the map also, yeah, it's red. So I think we're gonna stop the timer now, and then I'm going to just note to myself here the distance and the consumption, and then, just stop the test now, go to the next charging station. I think there's one up ahead here from recharge, and then end the video there. We're going to connect to a charger also and see what kind of charging speed we get after just passive heating, no navigating to a destination or to a charger, which would preheat the battery. Or we're going to talk about that a little bit later with this car, but just no passive heating, which is intentional to see how a car performs. So this is our consumption, 27.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. We've done 190 kilometers, but I have to check that with the map when I'm editing this video. And also our time is 1 hour 42 minutes and 50 seconds, or 1:43, so about 9 minutes shorter than usual. Okay, so we are now back at our starting point at Esso here in Gardermoen. So, a few minutes after I filmed the last clip, I saw what the issue was. There was a car which had stopped on the shoulder of the road, not an accident, but just a car stopped. And that was why there was all of this traffic. And look at this, guys. This looks, yeah, this is slippery. This is ice. Look at this. This is insane. So we're gonna take a right here. We charge over there. They actually have 8 new 120 kilowatt camp power chargers over there. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to the old location right next to the McDonald's here, because here they have 4 new of these Alpatronic hyperchargers, which each of them should be, 2 of them at least are 225, and the other 2 are, I think, 150 kilowatts. So looks like we have one for ourselves here, so we can just check the charging speed. And as again, guys, as always in this test, this is to check the passive heating, not the active heating of a car, because in this test I want to try to have the lowest consumption as possible, because that means we're going to be able to calculate the most range possible. So I'm going to pop out now, connect to a charger, and then we'll see what kind of speed we get. Okay, we're now connected. You can see the charging speed here in the top left corner. A thing that's annoying about this car is that, this car has a start-stop button here, actually an ignition, that you have to turn on and off when you get in the car and when you get out of the car. If you go out of the car, don't hit that button, and you try to lock the car won't lock. And also, if you hop out of the car, you try to connect to a charger, the charge port on the rear right side won't open either. So that's kind of annoying. I mean, this minor thing, you're gonna get used to it, but most EVs today have just turn on and off when you get in and out of the car. Yes, my Porsche Taycan that I daily has a start or ignition button, but you seldom have to use it. You just hop into the car, it starts by itself. You go out of the car, and it also just turns off by itself. So it's kind of strange, this EQS, which is supposed to be this super modern high-tech thing, still has an old-fashioned ignition button like that. But I guess that's what the buyers of these cars you know, usually want possibly. So we're getting 118, 117 kilowatts. Again, passive heating. The ambient temperature outside is -1 degree Celsius. We've had temperatures as cold as -3. So, you know, not the worst temperatures now being winter. We're almost in January now, so it's not too bad. So yeah, that is the the charging speed. And as far as I know, this car doesn't have, you know, I drove the EQS 53 AMG about a month back, and it had in the display here, you could scroll to the top here. In one of these settings, it would show you the actual battery temperature and also the temperature of the front and electric motors. Seems like that is missing here in this 450 Plus. While we're charging here, I just want to take the opportunity to thank today's video sponsor, Recharge. Recharge is the largest provider of fast, rapid, and lightning charging in the Nordic countries, in Norway, Sweden, and Finland. And they will also be opening chargers in Denmark very soon. In all these countries, they have more than 4,000 charging points, which is just completely insane. Nobody's even close to the amount of chargers Recharge has. So if you want to support the channel, go to the link down below and find out where your closest Recharge charger is. Before we end today's video, let's take a look at the battery pack size, the consumption, and then calculate theoretical range. So this Mercedes EQS 450 Plus has a net battery capacity, that's the usable capacity, of 107.8 kilowatt hours. We take that number divided by today's consumption, 27.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then subtract about 3% in heat loss. We get a range under today's conditions of 376 kilometers, which is a lot less than what I was hoping for. But looking at the chart below, it is still the fourth best range out of any car. And if you look at a few places up, you can see, well, you can see the top is the EQE 300 done under completely different conditions. But we have also the EQS 580 4MATIC, which was kind of similar conditions. It was a little bit warmer that day, between +3 and -3. Today was 0 and -3 degrees, but we had dry roads the day we did that 580 range test. And I've been, you know, postponing this test also almost this whole week because I wanted the best conditions possible. But today, yeah, not good conditions. And, you know, it's not the best range, but also the conditions were pretty terrible. You know, it's not the weather today, and it's not the snow, but it is the rain and all of the water and slush in the road. Because I saw, you know, once I hit, you know, dry snow patches and it was -3 degrees Celsius outside, the consumption actually dropped. And then, you know, on our way back also, it started to drop, or continued to drop. And then once when we get back to this terrible weather, the consumption climbed. So it seems like I had a question last year in a video to you viewers, like, do you think rain and slushy weather, or rain is worse for the consumption than, you know, cold temperatures and snow? And I think today we kind of got an answer. I think slushy and wet roads, especially if, you know, light rain is fine, normal rain is fine, but once you have, you know, all of this snow that's melting and just collecting in the road, you have these big puddles. Yeah, that's really bad for consumption. So I don't think we really did the EQS 450 Plus justice today, but still getting almost 400 kilometers of range at motorway speeds. Again, I don't know what the actual average speed is, but I'm guessing it's below 110 kilometers an hour because, you know, I can't find the exact distance on Google Maps with my phone for the whole route that we did. So I'll have to do this in post. But, you know, considering we did motorway speeds at these temperatures and in these conditions, that is not bad at all. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys today and goodbye.